Great to see you. Thanks for being with us here at Cruise1st TV as we take you on a journey of princess cruises, this time with Derek and Joe. Are you ready for adventure?
Yes, I am. I am definitely ready for adventure. We have it by the bucket load in this show as we feature 3 very special opportunities with Princess, 2 for this year and 1 for next. And we have a South American discovery to the bottom of the world in December and a charming Canada and New England journey for September on the way.
Lovely, and they both sound absolutely fascinating, and Princess Cruises really know how to wow their passengers with a high percentage of loyal cruisers going back again and again. They have the knack of combining amazing service on board with fascinating places to see, and none less than this first package in the Far East for next December, over 15 nights with an exclusive Cruise1st saving. We're going to explore Vietnam's treasures, including the incredible Ha Long Bay. Your trip starts with a flight to the home of the Raffles Hotel, Gardens by the Bay and the welcoming Merlion Fountain, Singapore. And we've booked you in for a 3-night city hotel stay. Lovely.
Oh, fantastic. You've got to get up there on the Singapore Flyer as well, which is the big Ferris wheel. Can you imagine the views over the harbour? That runs into the night too, so you can get some nice nighttime views. Lovely. There's a cable car too, we can see that lovely view. And Sentosa Island, not too far away, is a big luxury resort where you can visit Singapore Universal Studios. Cool. Jaws. Got all kinds of different fun things there to enjoy. And then, of course, it's time for us to cruise on board the Diamond Princess for 10 nights. She's grand class, she's beautiful, she's classic cruising at its finest. And of course, Princess nowadays, if you've cruised Princess in the past, certainly over the last few years, you'll be familiar with this, but they have the medallion program where you have a medallion as opposed to a card to not just enter your stateroom, but to also interact with the screens around the ship, to book dining times, to order a glass of wine at poolside, all of that kind of stuff, which makes life so much easier. Just looking at the pasta there. Now, Princess have a multi-award-winning food on board: Best Cruise Ship Steakhouse USA Today, Best Pizza USA Today, and Cruise Critic as well. And that's really saying something because they're up against a lot of competition. So they do food at its very finest, whether it's the very casual burgers and fries, or if it's a proper sit-down chef's table luminaire experience, for that special occasion. You can find something no matter what you're in the mood for. And this is the thing I love about being on holiday. Sometimes you just don't know what you're in the mood for, and that's the great thing about having a buffet at your disposal, a great menu in the restaurant at your disposal as well. This is your top deck retreat, and it's adults only, the Sanctuary. Beautiful, lovely place to relax. And the Lotus Spa, the spa menu on board is extensive, and there's lots of interesting treatments you might not have thought of having. There's a traditional onsen Japanese baths as well, Izumi, that's lovely, and freshwater pools and hot tubs around the ship. Now, you can actually get a thermal suite pass throughout your voyage to go in the jacuzzi, sauna, thermal suites in there too. But yeah, why not treat yourself to a balcony or mini suite even? We had a little peek last time we were on board one of the newer Princesses. Yeah, we did. Yeah. Oh, and they are lovely. I mean, just everything you need and beyond as well. You're never looking and thinking, oh well, there's nowhere to put this and there's nowhere to put that, and the sockets are in the wrong place. They just intuitively, of course, cruise lines always learn over the years, and they do have, like I said in the introduction, they have a very loyal passenger base. So they're forever receiving feedback and then improving as time goes on. But honestly, what they do is so consistent through the whole fleet as well. So the restaurants, the features, the parties, they are right the way through the fleet. So once you get to love the cruise brand, you can then basically follow it around the world, which is incredible. And I think Diamond Princess is one of the most treasured, particularly in this part of the world. You are going to have the greatest time. So let's go cruising out of Singapore. Indeed. And a day at sea will see us into Ho Chi Minh, where you can enjoy the Mekong Delta out there in the mangroves on a traditional Vietnamese boat. That would be a fun thing to do. Or maybe head downtown and see the Jade Emperor Pagoda. Some stunning architecture to be seen. Cam Ranh, now we don't see this in itineraries often. This is tropical paradise. You've got beautiful beaches, of course, and you also have lots of nature to enjoy. There's the Hon Bar Nature Reserve, in fact, and you can book an excursion taking you there to explore as well. Then we've got an overnight on board in Kai Lan, and this is the gateway to beautiful Ha Long Bay, where you can cruise along the bay, in fact, daytime or nighttime. It's a great stopping off point take a multi-day cruise around the little archipelagos, or Baiso Mountain as well, where you can do kayaking and swimming.
Looks stunning.
Yeah, it is stunning. And then we've got a day at sea seeing us back into Singapore, where you'll disembark and we will fly you back to the UK. What a lovely adventure, taking in some very rarely seen ports on the itinerary as well.
And you've got a few sea days there as well, which I like. Sometimes when you're in an unfamiliar part of the world, and we're going to ports here that we've never seen on itineraries before as well, which I think is really, really nice. So new destinations, might be an unfamiliar part of the world to you, but it's nice to get to know it, having a day exploring and then having a nice day at sea to relax and enjoy everything on the ship. Sometimes you can be on a ship and there's so many ports and you feel like you should go get off and go and see all of them. You don't really appreciate the beauty and the relaxation of actually being on board in the first time. So for me, this is a dream trip and it really opens your eyes. This is for next December in the Far East, and we've got an exclusive saving up for grabs for you on this as well. So let's reveal our incredible price tag, which is exclusive to us here at Cruise1st. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Good time of year to get away on a nice getaway as well. I mean, you know, it's lovely being here in the UK in December, of course, as we all know, because, well, you know, you're writing cards and you're wrapping presents and you're doing shopping and it's cold and it's always dark, and why wouldn't you want to be somewhere tropical and lovely, having a really, really lovely holiday? This is such a wonderful package as well. So it flies you out to Singapore first for a 3-night hotel stay there. That's all booked and included for you. And then you cruise on the amazing Diamond Princess for 10 nights, exploring Vietnam with that call into Ho Chi Minh City, and an overnight in Kai Lan as well for Hanoi and the surrounding areas, which is really lovely to enjoy before then cruising, scenic cruising through Halong Bay, back to Singapore for your return flight, and you are home in time for Christmas. Now, we are saving you up to £330 per booking today with our prices here at Cruise1st. So while it's there and while the special promotion is on, grab it quickly. You can today with a deposit. Here's all the details and everything that's included. It's very good. It's very good, this one. I long to go on the Diamond Princess. You know when you feel like you've heard about a ship so many times, time and time and time again, and you feel like, I've got to see that ship, I've got to eat that food. There's something very special about the pizza on Princess as well, because people literally, I mean, I never, you ask people who cruise with Princess, one of the first things they will tell you always is, oh my word, you've never seen pizza like it. And it's the funniest of things that make the biggest of impressions sometimes, but people absolutely love it. They love the variety, they love the peace, they love the service on board, and they love the consistency through the fleet as well, because you can go from one ship to another to another. The same restaurants are there, the same kind of offering in the theatre, the same kind of events like movies under the stars and whatever. It's absolutely brilliant. There's no reason not to love it. And listen, if you love the exotic holidays, make sure you're signed up for our brochures as well, because that's where we really go into more detail into the exotic. I've got one of the most recent ones here. Panama Canal to Peru, that kind of thing. Journey to the Med, Voyage to the States, Nautical New Year. Just some of the titles in some... Oh yeah, I'm in this occasionally as well. Not in the middle though, never a centre spread, you'll be glad to know. So there's no reason not to sign up. I'm not the page 7 fella either. No reason not to sign up for these as well. We pop them out about once a month. So just give us a call on 0800 953 4700 and we'll get them out in the post to you. You can actually read them on our website as well. Actually, we have them digitally on our website at cruise1st.tv. I know, how thoroughly modern.
I think it would be fun if you had one of those pop-outs that you could dress up the different shirts of Derek. You remember those from back in the day?
Oh yeah, like different costumes.
Yeah, that would be great. Like you just have all these different shirts for you.
Mr. P just heard that
Pop it out. Oh, that would be a good one. Yep. Next cruise with Derek.
Next year's calendar is going to look very different, I think, now. Dress
Lovely.
Derek yourself. Here's a selection of these lovely shirts.
Exactly. Or magnets.
Okay, good
Just
luck.
saying.
Good luck with that one. Right, moving on, back in the real world. From the Far East, we now head to the far south, and it's time to cruise to the very bottom of the world from South America. Now, your 20-night trip starts on December the 3rd, flying first to Chile and its capital, Santiago, where the weather is warm and the atmosphere is festive because, of course, it's the run-up to Christmas.
It definitely is. And, of of course, yes, like you said, it's the southern hemisphere, so we're going to be there in their summer. And Santiago is a gorgeous city. It's very similar weather to California or Spain, and it's the largest city in Chile. You've got the snow-capped Andes in the distance, and you've got the Chilean coast. There's some lovely landmarks there for you to enjoy. Vibrant street art in Bella Vista or Barrio La Staria, and you've also got incredible wineries surrounding the area, because of course Chile is known for its wine, isn't it? Bring a few bottles back with you. And then it's time to cruise on board the Sapphire Princess for 16 nights. Brilliant. This is, again, it's another really nice size of ship to enjoy this kind of itinerary on, just shy of 3,000 passengers. Now, the piazza is really the heart of the ship. You sometimes get street performers in there, live entertainment, shopping in the boutiques as well. And you have, of course, everything that you come to expect from the Princess brand. Award-winning food, as we touched on before. It is so good, and the selection is fantastic. The wine pairings as well. You have some brilliant experts in every single field to help you, choose and select what is best in terms of pairing. You can even do you can do wine tasting, beer tasting, all of that fun stuff when you're on board. Behind the scenes tour, the captain always has a Q&A, so you can actually learn about the ins and outs and workings of the ship, in the theatre. There's also gastronomy to learn about with the executive chef. They'll do some cooking demonstrations where you actually get usually a recipe card to take home with you, so you kind of learn their secrets too. And I love that. I love the enrichment side of Princess. They've always been very good at allowing you to know what goes on behind the scenes, and take that experience home with you, not just enjoy it on board the ship. Then we have, of course, lots of different staterooms to choose from. So maybe you've never cruised in a balcony stateroom before, and this is going to be your first cruise doing that. I really would recommend, since we're heading through the glaciers in Chile and seeing such epic sweeping landscapes, if you can do a balcony, do it. If you can do a suite, even better. But you definitely will. You'll love that experience. And at night, of course, the entertainment doesn't stop after you've had dinner. There's so much more. You can party the night away in Skywalkers, or you can, shall I say, go and see a show. You can do it all. Movies under the stars as well. We are cruising out of Santiago, and a day at sea will see us into Puerto Montt, which is known as the gateway to the Andes Mountains, actually, in the Patagonian fjords. You've got the Cobulco volcano and the Amalia Glacier to visit, and do book excursions in these ports so you can make the most of them and get up there and see everything that they're about. Puerto Chacabuco is next on the itinerary, and this is also part of Patagonia. You can explore the wreck of the Viña del Mar. You can even kayak out on the lakes as well, seeing those gorgeous glaciers, bird watching also. Then we have some scenic cruising through Amalia Glacier, which will be lovely, known as Skua Glacier, Tidewater Glacier, in the National Park of Bernardo Higgins, in fact. And you might see some amazing wildlife while you're there, as pictured. Punta Arenas is next, and known as the gateway to Antarctica now. So we're right down south, and Chilean Patagonia. You might see loads of beautiful fjords and rivers, and the penguins, are going to be a firm feature. Then it's Ushuaia, known as the end of the world. In fact, there's the Tierra del Fuego National Park as well. Earth and Fire Park is what it translates to. It's pretty incredible, this part of the world. And you just think to yourself, I am at the end of the world when you're there. Cape Horn, some scenic cruising through Cape Horn and Rocky Headland here will be fascinating. And to see the Tierra del Fuego archipelago as well. And those gorgeous penguins. Hopefully you'll see some lovely birds too. We're into the Port Stanley in the Falkland Islands next, where you might be lucky enough to see the rockhopper penguin colony. There they are, and the emperor penguins. Of course, many people go to this part of the world to see the emperors, and you might see them when you are cruising scenically. We're into Puerto Madryn next up, and elephant seals alongside the penguins, maybe orcas and southern right whales. You are in the right time of year to see potentially all this beautiful wildlife. It's unforgettable, and it's why so many people head to this part of the world. Uruguay, you might want to head downtown and see the beautiful Plaza Independencia, or perhaps out on an excursion to a local winery such as the Spinoglio winery, which I went to when I was there, and they have beautiful wines, particularly the reds. an overnight in Buenos Aires. Fantastic. You might want to head to the Eva Perón Museum or La Boca, which literally means the mouth. This district is known for its colourful, vibrant buildings where you might see people dancing tango in the street. It is incredible. Make sure you try some alfajores, which are like a traditional biscuit with dulce de leche. Fly back to the UK after your overnight on board in Buenos Aires. It's all included, of course, end-to-end flights and this epic itinerary. I mean, once in a lifetime. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's stunning. We have a lot of people requesting this part of the world, actually. It's been a while since we featured it. So this is going to be, I think, one of those offers that books up pretty quickly, actually. It's obviously for this December. So we need to, there is that little bit more urgency because, of course, it's this year as opposed to next year. As Joe says, it's not a big ship, so it will get booked up very, very quickly. It's a wonderful trip to the bottom of the world this December with that included stay in Santiago in Chile as well. Deposits today of just £199 each. That makes it even quicker when it comes to the booking. I think it'll book up even more quickly because we have the deposit there as well, because so many people want to do the trip. So if you want to go and explore through South America, then this is very much the one for you. And this package is just perfect because it just has so much to offer. So your flight out to Santiago in Chile first, you've got a 2-night hotel stay there, and then you join the Sapphire Princess for 16 nights of cruising through Chile, through Ushuaia, through the Falklands and Uruguay, basically around the bottom of the world. You've got the overnight at the end of the cruise in Buenos Aires in Argentina before your return flight to the UK. So good for this price tag. I would say get the deposits in sooner rather than later because it will book up quickly. Here's everything that's included, including your chances if you do want to upgrade to your ocean view or indeed your balcony as well. It's an amazing opportunity. If you want to extend your stay in Santiago, of course, no problem. If you want to stay in Buenos Aires after it, then no problem whatsoever. The trip does get you home in time for Christmas. Or maybe you want to spend that away somewhere else. Again, talk to the team and we'll chat over the options for you as well. If you want to make it all inclusive, don't forget for this and all of the Princess offers, we have got Princess Plus available for you. So it's £50 per person per day. And that gets you the Plus drinks package, which is drinks up to $15 each. Unlimited Wi-Fi for a device, which is great. You've got your service charges then are included in that too. And then other extras like casual dining venues which may be chargeable, you get some of those included, and the room service and Ocean Now delivery, which Joe mentioned before. You wear a medallion, so of course that follows you around. So if you order food or drink on the app, it's brought to the very spot where you are. You don't even have to queue up at a bar or a restaurant counter to go and get your burger. You can literally have it sent to your lounger, which I think is really good. So if you want to take advantage of Princess Plus, so good for £50 per day, then again, talk to the team when you book. 0800 953 4700. I think particularly with a trip like that, I think it would kind of be well worth doing, because then when you've booked your holiday and you've paid for it, it's kind of all bases covered, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
It's lovely. Right, okay, we must move straight on. We've enjoyed some nice sunshine this year, I know, and I'm sure you've been enjoying seeing your gardens come to life. Well, how about seeing the change of seasons in one of the most requested parts of the world at the end of summer? Canada. We have autumn colours and coastal charms on offer now for 13 nights starting on the 17th of September, and we're flying you out to Boston in Massachusetts for a tea party of your own as you stay for 2 nights in the city. Really charming, beautiful, lush city as well, isn't it?
I love Boston. You've got to head to Quincy Marketplace, which is one of the most famous food markets in the world. Cookies the size of your face, cupcakes the size of your body. I mean, it's wonderful. Love the shopping there. There's also the Freedom Trail. There's Cheers Bar. You've got to go and have your selfie at Cheers. It's a prerequisite for sure. Lots of lovely parks and gardens to be enjoyed in Boston for sure. An utterly charming city. You'll love it. Then it's time to cruise on board the majestic Princess for 10 fabulous nights. Royal Class, she was launched in 2017, and she features a dramatic multi-story Italian-style hotel atrium, really the hub of the ship. A lot of the newer Princess ships have this sort of central hub, which is lovely, where you might find food carvers, jugglers, acrobats, that kind of thing. You know, lovely stained glass dome and floating staircase. So bringing about that grand atrium style that we love of classic cruising.
It's great for people watching as well, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and then you've got our favourite activity, of course, when we cruise. Then we have, when it comes to dining, La Mer, delicious. Cantonese culinary classics as well await you when it comes to your more Eastern styles. And then there's the Crown Grill for steaks and seafood, surf and turf, that kind of thing, delicious lobster. By the way, they have lobster night in the main dining room as well. Of course, that's all included in your cruise fare. And this is what everyone loves about cruising. Lobster night, baked Alaska night, all these things that are included already. I mean, lobster, for goodness sake. I mean, I find that so amazing about being on a cruise.
So nice. And we rarely see it here in the UK. You might on occasion see it on a menu in a restaurant and then say 35 quid, maybe not.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you?
This is included. You can have as many as you want, honestly.
Nice.
Which is great. Then when it comes to keeping you entertained, when you have a sea day, you know, there's loads of activities from dusk till dawn. Literally, if you want to pack every activity in, you can. And that could be cross-stitching, that could be a computer class, that could be a quiz, bingo, that could be shuffleboard, ping pong. You could do everything if you want to, a dance class. But, you know, you might just want to be selective and do one or two, or nothing at all.
Do one of the live game shows as well, because they are so good. Voice of the Ocean is there. They do Deal or No Deal on board as well, which is pretty good. Again, back to our favourite pastime, people watching, whether you're actually contestants or whether you were just watching with your heart in your mouth on Deal or No Deal. It would be great. And again, if you don't want to do any of those activities, no one's ringing a bell and saying, right, come along, it's time. You do as much or as little as you like. That's the great thing about cruising, is you're the boss. You just let everything happen around you. You take part in as much or as little as you want to for 10 nights of cruising. And we're starting in Boston.
Indeed, and we're heading to Portland in Maine, first of all, where you've got lots of history, you know, beautiful historical buildings, and the Victoria Mansion, for example, and the Museum of Art, definitely worth a visit. These are just such charming ports to wander around. They're so beautiful. Then we're into St. John's in Canada with lots of natural beauty. You've got the Bay of Fundy there and the Reversing Falls, which are a must-see, of course, in this area. And then, you know, you can get out there and kayak if you want to. If you're kind of a thrill seeker, it's a fun thing to do. Halifax is next, utterly charming, honestly. You're not far from Annapolis as well, with, obviously it's the naval school, but there's a lovely wine tour you can do in Annapolis. For, you know, Canada and New England have gorgeous wineries. Then Peggy's Cove, not too far away to visit. We're into Sydney next in Canada. Sydney is, you know, a perfect mix of metropolitan and, you know, homely hospitality. When you look, you could be looking at the hills of Ireland or Scotland. It's got beautiful, lush landscape. We're into Charlottetown next in Prince Edward Island, famous for Anne of Green Gables, and you've got the Beaconsfield Historic House and St Dunstan's Basilica to see there if you love a little bit of architecture. Do a tour when you're in these ports, so walking tour is nice. Sigourney's next, and this is not seen often on itineraries. You've got the Sigourney Fjord, actually, which is a national park, which I think would be fascinating to visit. You can get out and do a walking tour of the area, you know, to really get an idea. We have an overnight on board in Quebec, which I think is necessary and wonderful, because you'll want to stroll the streets. You'll get lost in these beautiful cobblestone streets. You could be in France in 1800, but at the same time, you know you're in modern Canada when you see all the wonderful shopping options and things to do and enjoy. It's a fascinating port. Then, after your overnight in Quebec, we're going to fly you back to the UK from Quebec after this amazing itinerary.
So good, isn't it? So good. I mean, you look at all of those places, and now we've been through them and we've seen them on the map and we can place them. It makes it so much more easy to understand why so many people want to visit this part of the world, because, you know, people talk about Canada and New England in the fall. And sure, you can just go to one of those places. You could just fly to Quebec and stay there for a week in a hotel and then just fly back. But you'd only see one place. And there's so much variety. You know, like the UK, if you were cruising the UK, you wouldn't just want to stay in Newcastle or Liverpool or Edinburgh or Southampton for a whole week, you'd want to see everything, wouldn't you? And it's the same in this part of the world as well, particularly at this time of the year as well, because it's late summer going into the fall as well. You know how dramatic that is in the UK and how much we love watching the colours change. Well, in Canada and New England, it's really dramatic, it's really magic, and this really does need looking at, purely based on the prices that we've got here alone. Look at this. I mean, it's so good. We have got other dates available, as you can see, but I mean, check out this. If you can make that date work, and it's not too far away. That's this year, isn't it? Yeah, that's this year. I know. So that's pretty soon, actually, if you think about it. We've got our summer coming up. Fingers crossed. It's looking, maybe we might have a summer this year. But that is a deal-breaking price for this kind of trip. Perfectly timed, and you're enjoying so much. So that price flies you to Boston on the 17th of September for an included 2-night hotel stay, and then you've got 10 nights on board Majestic Princess, full board, exploring Canada and New England ports, ending with an overnight in Quebec City in Canada before your return flight to the UK. So good. Here's everything that's included, and as you can see on screen there, the ocean view has sold out already on this sailing. So we just have, for upgrades, balcony and suite. And that shows me how popular this is. Obviously, we are getting closer to date on that one, but it's been obviously a very, very popular sailing so far anyway. It's only going to get more popular. There are other dates available from August through to October. Obviously, price varies by date. So if you're interested in other dates, talk to the team and we'll give you the prices. 0800 953 4700. But that really is just a really lovely, I mean, I think a lot of people want to go and explore Canada. It's kind of sitting there on the holiday list. Maybe for you it's been sitting on the holiday list for decades, but you've gone for the low-hanging fruit. You've gone for the Caribbean ones, and you've gone for the sunshine cruises. You've gone for those, and now it's time to do something like a little bit different. And actually, Canada and New England at this time of the year. And remember the joy of a cruise. I think that's the thing to hold in your mind, really, is remember the joy that a cruise holiday, a real getaway, gives you, especially in today's world. And I don't want to sound like one of those people, but today's world bombards us with so much stuff, and a lot of it is consuming, and a lot of it is negative, and a lot of it is, you know, is skeptical. And I think, and that's why I love doing this channel, to be honest with you, because I'm not trying to sell you a mug or something I don't care about. I'm trying to sell you, not sell you even, but talk to you about the joy of really getting away, really having a break, and actually having Cruise1st just arrange everything for you, because I don't want to do all the booking, and I'm sure you're the same as well. I would rather say, no, you do it, please.
Yeah, and we're helping you invest in creating lifetime memories. That's the thing about travel.
Yeah, true.
It gives you so much more than you could ever imagine. And if you are just starting to think about travel now, the best way to get out there is doing it by cruise. It's like someone's holding your hand through the whole experience when you're on a cruise. You feel, you know, and if you've ever felt intimidated about traveling to these places before, let me tell you, when you go on a cruise, it is just so much weight is off your shoulder, and we can plan it all for you. Yeah.
And it's the getaway you need, after all, isn't it? We all need holidays, don't we? Anyway, listen, stay right where you are, because talking of holidays, I think we might have 1 or 2 more coming up.